So many of us have heard of Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Katrina, and these are terrible, devastating hurricanes, and it's sad to see the devastation. But one thing that we see time and time again when we have these natural disasters are gas stations lose power, and therefore citizens cannot get gas, and then therefore they cannot get out of the area, get out, this danger zone and get to a safe haven. And people always argue, well, that's just going to happen. Well, see, the problem is there's still gas in these gas stations. There's just no electricity to pump the gas. Gas, if you don't know, is under the gas tanks, the gas pumps. There's tanks under the concrete, and they store the gasoline. Electricity pumps the gasoline up through the pumps that you have the hose connected to, and pumps it into your car. Well, what I propose is requiring all gas stations to have backup generators. We require schools, hospitals, medical installations. Almost everybody has, superstores like Walmart, Kroger's, all these places, Macy's, they all have backup generators. Most of them do it because corporate tells them to, or some places like hospitals are forced by law, or schools are forced by law. So why don't we require gas stations to be forced by law to have backup generators? In this day and age, backup generators are not very expensive and would not cut into their profit margin very much, but in a natural disaster would quickly and efficiently allow us to jump over to backup generating power and still allow the gasoline to be pumped, therefore allowing citizens to fill up their tanks and get out. Now, you might say this is not that big a deal. Well, in the Hurricane Sandy incident, they actually had military tanker trucks pull up that had gasoline meters on them with a hose so that they could fill up cars. The problem was people were getting stranded on the side of the roads because there was no gasoline. And you'd walk to a gas station with your little gas container hoping to get maybe a gallon or two of gas. They get to the next gas station and they would have gas in their gas containers, but they would be unable to pump it up because there's no power. So would you rather, in a dangerous situation, know that your gas stations don't have power and therefore you cannot get gas? Or to know and have a safety mechanism knowing that if the power goes out, generators kick on, and you can get gasoline? This isn't a case of gasoline not being there. It's a case of the citizen or the gas company not being able to pump the gas from the gas tank up into your car. And I think this is a very simple mechanism. Like I said, we require it for hospitals and schools and all these various institutions. Why don't we require it for gas stations? It wouldn't be that expensive, it'd be very cheap. I think some of the cheapest little gas generators are like $200 and they can pump like 4 kilowatts or whatever. It's very cheap and very efficient, and in a situation where lives are at stake, I think it is something that us as citizens of America should demand and ask for. Thanks for watching.